What's poppin', y'all? We back with another episode of the Squid Game Aftermath podcast. I am your host, DeAndre, aka Player 288, and today I have with me a very special guest coming to us all the way from over the pond yonder, the beautiful redhead
Love it.
Sophie Poole, player 116. What's poppin'?
How are you? I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so glad we're doing this. It's so much fun. Yeah, I'm good. It's been crazy, but it's been fun.
Yeah,
How are
definitely. What
you?
part of the? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. We out here living and
Yeah.
thriving and trying to finish the year out strong. We gotta
Yeah,
we
you
gotta keep
are.
pushing. You
Yeah,
gotta
you
keep
are doing
pushing.
great.
Where in the UK you coming to us from?
So I come from like a place near Portsmouth. It's called Havant. So I'm like right. England's here. I'm right down the bottom. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from at the moment.
Okay, nice. Hopefully it's not too cold up there. I know it's starting to
It is
get a little
cold. It's
frizz.
bloody freezing. Yeah, very cold. Heating's
Well,
on.
brace
Gloves
yourself.
are
It's just
out.
getting started.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna jump right into it, Sophie. Tell me, why did you decide to apply for Squid Game, the challenge?
Well, so Studio Lambert was who they did it with, and when I was at uni, I applied for the Circle, and I got quite far, but I never quite got on. And then they emailed me when Squid Game was coming out, and they were like, "Oh, we've got your documents. Like, you'll be really good for this." And at the time, I was in an old job. I didn't like it, hated it, and I was just like being really jokey on lunch with my friend, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna apply for this. Like, yeah, like this will be so much fun." Then I remember I applied for it, and then I kind of forgot about it. And 2 weeks later, I dyed my hair, and then I literally got a phone call from them, and they were like, "Yeah, can we have an interview? Can we do a Zoom call? Can we do this, that, and the other?" And before you know it, I was just on, and I just couldn't believe it. I just thought, oh, it won't be many British people, or it won't be many people and they kept dragging it out. And because I nearly got on the Circle, they dragged it out loads. I never got on, so I never really thought I was going to get on. I thought, oh, it's just fun, I'll do an interview here, I'll do like the thing there, but I got on. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, no, they said, "Come on, girl, it's time to go."
I just thought, why not? Life's too short.
Yeah, definitely. You can't. It's hard to turn something like that down, especially when you've been trying for a while now. So
Yeah, no,
now is the time of
100%.
action. Okay, well, they
100%.
gave you the okay to get on the show, and so you get all your things together and whatnot, and then it's time to get ready to go. So the night before you head out, which isn't, you don't have to go that far. You just have to take like an hour, 2 hour bus ride or something like that north.
Yeah. It's not too far, to be fair. Yeah, they paid for my train, so I got a train down. And I remember I said bye to my mum on the train, and she was a bit emotional, bless her, because I think she was just scared because I knew loads about it, but she didn't, and she's saying goodbye to me, and I'm just like, see ya, not like what the fuck, like not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, packing my bag was weird. I just packed comfies because I was like, I'm gonna be in the bloody Squid Game outfit the whole time. Yeah, it's so surreal. I remember saying goodbye to my mum on the train, and I was just like, this is really weird. I don't know how long I'm not gonna see her for, and she doesn't even know where I'm going. Like, they tell us a hotel and stuff, and I've given her the address and stuff, but I think she was quite scared, to be fair. She was like, I just don't see you again. It's like a moving taken or something. What's gonna happen? Luckily it was all good, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely scary.
Okay, a little anxiety before heading
Yeah.
out, which is understandable. A lot of people had that, but luckily you
Yeah.
weren't too far away, so she could at least, if anything crazy happened, she could come
Yeah,
through and
she's all right. Yeah,
save you.
London wasn't too bad. And that's the most question I get asked is where was it filmed, and I say London. And everyone's shocked. Everyone was like, was it not America? And I was like, no, it was London. Like, I find that the most crazy, to be fair, because there were so many more Americans and English people. I didn't think, why didn't they film it in America? But I'm not gonna lie, I was better with the jet lag though. I didn't have any jet lag. I felt sorry for you guys. Like, that must have been rubbish.
Yeah, no, it was definitely interesting being filmed in London, considering, like you said, the amount of people. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. If London got more space or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
To be
But
fair, the first game was massive. It needed a lot of space for that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
definitely, we might never know, but hopefully
Yeah.
one day we'll find out.
Yeah. Why?
So yeah, we get to the hotel, quarantine for a couple days, and then it's time to go. So when you get on the bus headed to the first game, tell me how you feeling.
like still surreal. I still had imposter syndrome. Like, it felt like I was on a school trip. It didn't feel, I don't think it felt like I was getting filmed or I was going to get filmed or anything like that. It was so nervous. But I sat next to an American on the coach there, and that, I think that made it sink in a bit more, because I'm like, okay, I'm not around English people as much. Like, I'm around someone a bit different now. Like, it's getting real, because we couldn't really talk or anything in the hotel before. I think that was very surreal. And I tried to sleep on. They kept going to us like, try and sleep as much as you can, and I just couldn't. The adrenaline was hitting in definitely then, like a lot, and like no game plan or nothing was going through my head. I just was more like, I can't wait to see the set. What's it gonna look like? Not one point was I like, oh, I'm gonna do it like this or do it like that. Yeah, I should have probably thought about that more, but I think I was just soaking in each day. Each day was like good to soak in.
Yeah, just going with the flow and kind of just preparing for what's in front of you. You can't prepare something if you don't know what's going on.
Exactly. And you can't worry about what you don't know, so you might as well just go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So we pull up to the spot, and we get ready, in the tent and whatnot, and then we walk into the red light, green light arena for the first time. Tell me what's going on in your head when you first walk in there.
I remember I thought, can I swear?
Yeah.
How the fuck am I gonna? I can't barely walk to the end of that thing without getting out of breath, let alone running and stop it. I remember looking at it thinking, this is fucking huge. Like, how am I gonna walk there? Like, let alone run and sprint. Yeah, I remember thinking that was mad, and it looked so real. Like, it looked like the set. Like, I watched a few episodes. I've seen the whole series, but I watched a few episodes like before I left. Like, just being like, I wonder how accurate it will look. It looked so accurate. I was just like, holy crap. Yeah, I remember that was scary. And I remember, I think we could see from the distance, like, the mediators or whatever, like, and I thought, I can't even see what they look like they're that far away. I remember thinking, this is crazy. Also, it's a freezer. It was so cold. Like I worked in kitchens before in pubs and stuff, and I keep saying it's like walking into a walk-in freezer. It was so cold. Like, it was so cold, and oh my god, this is huge. Like, this is like humongous.
Yeah, no, it was insane. I mean, I was expecting the real thing, but not that real.
Not that real. Like, that was spot on. I told my partner after I got home, and I was telling them how big it was, and they were just like, yeah. And it, again, in Netflix, it looked big, but he saw some like the outtakes of it all, like influencers going in before us, and they filmed the room, and he was like, oh my god, it's huge. I was like, yeah, it's massive, absolutely massive.
Yeah, definitely a little intimidating, but we get in there, and then they're telling us the rules and whatnot, and we do our little practice round, and then we get ready to go. So going in there, tell me what your strategy is.
We had hand warmers. So my strategy was, I'm gonna lose balance. So if I just hold on to these as like tight as I can, always in the pocket, I don't reckon I'm gonna lose balance. Everyone did freak me out, because I remember before we went in, some people were like sprinting and running and like rolling and like doing sideways steps, and I was just like, and it did get to me. I was just a bit like, okay, like, do I have to do that? Like, are they thinking of really cool strategies? Like, what am I doing? I just thought, like, don't deep it. You've got to run and pause. Like whatever suits you best. And I remember there was a guy called Nate who sadly didn't make it through, and he was a pastor, and he was so lovely. He was like, what do you think you should do? And I was like, just run and pause. Hold on to it. He's like, do it then. He was like, don't let anybody influence you. And I remember one woman tried to go sideways, and I remember I thought I should have done like her, and she literally got shot straight away. And I remember thinking, okay, just do it however you feel like most comfortable, and you'll be fine. And that was it. I think just go with your gut. Go with your gut, and you can't go wrong.
Okay, she had the plan and whatnot, and so we get ready to start, and so the girl starts singing, the doll starts singing, and then we go, and then we stop in our first position, and so we're there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. What's going on in your head?
I remember thinking, I don't know if I can do it, because I remember I could feel my toes at this point, and I got like 10 minutes, and every time I kept thinking, it's gonna play now, and then a camera would come out, or like a drone would come out, and I'd be like, no, it's gonna play now, and then like another lot of cameras would come out, and I thought, I'm sitting in this position for ages, and I thought, maybe it's a one-off, maybe it's just the first like take of them getting everyone's shot in. And then it carried on, and I was just like, oh my god, I've stayed in this position for like, I don't know how long I thought at the time. I remember I thought it must have been 30, 40 minutes, and I thought, I'm probably exaggerating in my head. I remember thinking, oh, you're exaggerating. It must be like 10, 15. And then after when they told us, it was like I think one of them was 50 minutes we stood there for, and I was just like, yeah. It was my toes for me. It was the toes. I could feel my toes. And I was just like, crap.
Yeah, no, it was definitely, brutal, and a wake-up call, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
but I remember being so scared that like, I didn't want to like get shot straight away. And then when I got past a little bit further on, I thought, no, I've just spent all this time frozen now. I really don't want to get shot. Like, oh, that bloody frozen feet for nothing.
Yeah. No, the further down is like, nah, you got to last this thing
Yeah,
out
you
the whole
gotta
way.
last.
All right, so you're getting closer and closer to the finish line, creeping your way step by step, hour by hour is passing, and suddenly
Yeah.
the finish line is in sight and you see it within your grasp. What's going on in your head?
I don't know about you, but I had a thing where I would freeze and then I'd be like, right, if I get to that lady's point, I'll be fine for like the next one or whatever. And I'd run, and then by the time I froze, in my head I'd be like, how did I get here? Like, it was like a mental block because you're so, all you care about is running. As soon as you get the chance to run and you pause, I'm then thinking like, did I run? Like what happened? And I remember I was right near the end, and a woman made it who was at a longer distance than me to that point, and I thought the next one I've got it, like the next one I'm fine. But I was so scared that if I passed that line like in the air and music stopped, then I'd be going home. So I remember as soon as I ran and I passed the line, I like did that with my feet. I like stopped loads, and I was like, I'm definitely through. Like you can't. There's going to be no slow-mo camera showing me like jump, and then halfway through the air the music stopped. That was like the main thing for me. But I remember I was judging it by people, and I was like, right, this woman got in front of me, I'm all good. Like the next one, I'm done. I'm with it.
Okay. Well, she has a little plan, okay, and then she suddenly gets across 116, makes it through the first game, with not too much skin off her back and sweat
Yeah.
dripping down and mucus coming out. But we good. We made it, coach, and it's time to move on to the next game. And so we get out of there, and then we soon eventually get to the dorms. And when you first walk into the dorms, tell me what's going on in your head.
What's going on in my head was I need to pick a bed that's not in the middle of people. I cannot sleep with someone snoring. So I remember I was just like, I can't sit in a bed that. Luckily, I think I was one of the first groups to go in. It wasn't many people in there when I got in there. I wasn't the first lot, but I think I was probably like the third, maybe. And I remember walking in thinking, I need a shotgun a bed. And I remember I saw the bed right near, like, not the toilet door, but the other door. I can't remember, that was like the producer's door. And I remember I shotgunned it and I ran right to the corner and I put my thing on there. And I remember just like, I just wanted to soak it in. Everyone was chatting, and I did want to chat because I'm a very chatty person, but I remember thinking when I walked in, I want to like soak it all in, and I was trying to look behind the bunk beds for the stuff on the walls and stuff like that, and that was really scary. But I remember just thinking, one, again, it's huge, and let me just shotgun a bed so I'm sorted, because I am not sleeping in the middle of like loads of people and someone's snoring or like chatting in their sleep. No, like I think sleep was key, and I was so tired at this point as well. Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Okay. She got a lot of thoughts going on. Okay, so when you get in there and you see all these people, are you thinking about talking to everybody? Are you thinking about forming a small group? And then who do you get close with?
So when I got in there, I got close to Cecilia and Mullock and Eric. I got quite close to in there, and I remember like it was hard. I didn't want to form a group. We just naturally like became friends. But I wanted to chat to everyone. But then again, I felt like if I chat to everyone, would that come across like too like hi, like all the time? Because that people would come up to you and everyone and be like, oh my god, hi, and it's like hi, and then like it would be such a pointless conversation. It'd be like, hi, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, the UK, you, and like, oh, this, that, and then they just walk off. And I didn't want to do that a lot. If I wanted to chat to someone, I wanted to like proper chat and get to know them, because otherwise I feel like they will think that you're doing a game plan, just trying to be everyone's friend. But I think when I went in there, I just thought just be chatty and bubbly to people, but also like try and actually have real conversations and just like hi, and then like just to get your face known. Had a lot of compliments on my hair though. I did notice everyone saying, oh my god, is that your real hair? And I was like, look at my eyebrows, they're definitely not. But I love people that did that. So to be fair, killing with kindness is always good. And I remember just thinking, don't make alliances. I'm glad I had my little group of people, but just being funny to everyone, I think.
No,
what was yours? Was yours the same?
I wanted to go in there and meet as many people as possible. Like, I was not trying to have a little group going on.
No,
I wanted to have specific people I was really tight with, but then be cool with everyone. So
everyone,
I could just, everyone, at least know who I am and like kind of get a small sense. And I remember the first time meeting you specifically, and Cecilia. I was in the bathroom, and then you two burst in the bathroom full of energy. It's like, oh my gosh, hi. I'm Cecilia. I'm Sophie. Like a whole little introduction to a TV show.
I remember everyone was like, you should be presenters. You two are like such a little duo.
Yeah, you guys definitely was cracking me up.
I remember at one point, I think it was the second date, some people, two people came up to us and was like, so you know each other before? And I was
That's
like,
what I
no.
thought.
And then I was like, no. They're like, no. So you guys, like, you know, come on now, like, you know each other before, like, you've got like an alliance, like you're playing the game, like as a friendship. And I was like, no, we don't know each other. I mean, that was kind of like, in a way, such a nice compliment. Everyone really thought that we just got on like a house on fire. And we're from like two different parts of England, so like it was crazy. But yeah, I think I just had so much built up energy, especially from the first game, of like not talking, being quiet, and like keeping yourself to yourself. When I got in there, I was just like a firework going off.
Yeah, no, definitely y'all had them fireworks popping because I was like, oh snap, because it was, I mean, you know, you're not used to being in the bathroom with different genders and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
100%. Yeah, it was.
definitely
I
was
remember walking
funny.
in thinking, oh my god, and the shower doors were so small, and I just thought I didn't pick my toes. Like, what are people gonna see? Like, I remember, like, it was crazy. Like, and like, everyone was just like, and so seeing the condom drawer, I was just like, what the fuck do you think's going on? Like,
Yeah, it was some interesting choices on their end, what they decided to let us have and what not to have.
yeah, and I thought they would air a romance or something because of the condom drawer, but not. I gather nothing happened.
No,
I had a
mean,
rumor that maybe someone had sex in the toilet, but I don't think that was true.
no.
No,
I mean, just the thing is, we're all sleeping in one room, so it's like if you want to do something, y'all gonna make even the smallest amount of noise you can hear. So it's like,
and the lights were never that dark, were they? Like
Nah.
on the show, it looked like it was pitch black, but you could see it. You could see everything. Like it was just
Yeah.
very, very dimmed, wasn't it? So if someone was fucking having sex on a bed, I think you'd definitely notice it.
yeah,
Or in the
definitely.
toilet, there's no bloody privacy.
Yeah, it'd have to be when everyone's asleep or something. But they had us not go in the bathrooms overnight, so
Yeah, that's
it was
true. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
So yeah, we have our little acquaintances and whatnot, and so eventually we find out that player 200 is eliminated. How are you feeling about this?
I was shocked. They showed my face on it, and I'm like, I was so shocked. I remember thinking like, it was so weird. I only knew Cecilia for like 3 days at this point, 2 days, however long it was. And I remember thinking like, oh my god, like now I get it why like on Love Island they cry when their friends go, because like I used to be like, you're stupid, you've known them for like a week, what are you on about? Remember the feeling of Cecilia going? I was just like, when they were like doing that whole like teaser, like counting down the numbers, then looking at Cecilia thinking, if she goes, I'm gonna be like devastated, like what the hell? And then seeing him go, I was just like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the reason. I thought it was stupid. Like he wasn't like a massive threat, like not in a harsh way, but he wasn't like the biggest, tallest guy there. He was really chatty, but then so was everyone. And also he wasn't rude either. Like he was I don't think he was ever rude. I thought he's the loveliest guy. So I just thought it was such a weird thing. And I thought maybe because he's charismatic and he may have done some funny stuff, they saw him as a threat as in like to get the limelight. But as a competition player, I thought it was such a crazy thing. And he just left so quick. It was like brutal.
Yeah, no, definitely was abrupt and kind of woke us all up like, oh snap, like we're still in the game.
We're in the
type
game.
thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was the first teaser we got, but then it was on to the second game, and we walk into the white room for the first time, and we see these 4 lines. Tell me what's going on in your head.
I honestly, my head was, everyone was telling me it was tug of war. They're like, it's not going to be cooking next. They want to like mix it up. It's going to be tug of war. And I was just like, right, okay. Me and Sia wanted to like to be with each other. But then again, I was like, we should split up because then like we have like the best like chances of going through. I don't know. And I remember back in my head, I was like, left is best. Go with number 1. Go with left. And I remember I looked at my line, and this is a hard thing to say. I looked at my line and I thought, I don't know anybody here. I don't recognise anybody here. Not that it's ever rigged, but if it was rigged, I don't know these people in this line. Like, I don't know anything about them. And then I remember I looked over and I saw like Mullet, I saw Teo, like all the big guys in this end line. And I was like, I don't want to switch, but like I didn't feel right in that line. I remember I looked to see her and I was like, do you want to be in this line? We kind of just ended up going there. She was like, no. And I was just like, you do. I was like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do whatever's best. And I remember Mullet looked at me and just went like that. And I just went, okay, that's my sign. I'm going. And I went over to the line, which was our line. Fucking idiot. Never trust your gut and go with the fucking first line. I went to that line. I was like, yeah, this line's a good line. I remember looking down the line. Eric was in my line. You like so many familiar faces I got along with.
Yeah.
And Courtney was in my line. I was just like, yeah, like this is a good line, like good characters in this line. We've got this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked behind and I was like, okay, it's a solid group. Whatever
Did you
happens,
think? I thought it was such a solid group. I thought, oh, great people in this line. Like, we got it. Camilla, she was in the line. So many good people in this line. I was like, we got this. Like, this will be a fun line. Like, whatever task we do, it'll be fun. I didn't, even though it was stupid not to think cookies, I wasn't sure. And then I thought, whatever it will be, I just picked lines out of my control. I knew whatever it would be, it was out of my control anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it with me, with that line.
That was it. And then we figure out, the first group goes in there and we figure out the process. They need to pick which shape we get. And so tell me what you thinking when you see the first and second group go in there.
I remember shitting it, but like I knew it was in their control. But I think when I saw the first guy and he was just like, no, like I'm not moving. I thought, oh fucking, like go on then. Like I did think everyone would be in it for themselves and be like, whatever. But then again, if you have umbrella, like your odds of getting through are nothing. So like, what's the point? And then they're kind of shitting myself. And I wasn't looking at the line. I wasn't looking who was kind of next. And I remember the first guy went in and did it. And were you the second or the third?
I was the second.
The second, yes, that was it. I've never seen the first one. I've never seen you, and I was like, we're fine. I was like, we're fine. We got it. Like, we're fine. Like, we're gonna fucking have circle, triangle. Like, we're fine. I remember I was buzzing. I was like, yes. I was like, we're good. And fucking like died. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. No. But I was so happy that you did that for us. I was literally like on my face expressions in that line. I was like screaming, like it was like a roller coaster. I was like, we're fine. And then I remember looking at the other line and 432 was at the front of the other line. And I just thought, oh shit. I was like, oh god, he's gonna do everything in his power to get through. And I was really humbled. I was really like happy, not humbled. I was happy though that everyone, like the first two, you and the other guy, were like, no, like stuck their ground. And I was like, good for them. And I thought if I was in their shoes, I would want to go out on my terms and not get like bullied or not get like persuaded in the way to do it. And I did say to the rest of the group, people behind me, I was like, look, if someone does pick umbrella, it's shit, but also they're in it for themselves. Like they want to probably pass or get through. But I just thought in my head, if it was me and I really wanted to, I would hold down my shape like a circle. I'd hold it down. And if I had like 1 second left, I would like maybe try and sprint or like hold it down to as much as I can. And I was like, oh, what happens if someone picks it? And then obviously 299 came up.
Yeah, no, I was definitely thinking
the people, because obviously you went and did you get to see?
Yeah, I saw the first group go in, so I saw everything that happened with them and whatnot. So I knew what I was getting myself into.
Were you shitting it?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a tough situation.
You
going
were
in
so
there,
cool, calm, and collective, man. Like, you were so chill. Like there was nothing phasing you. You were just like, yeah.
I mean, look, at that point, like the thing is, everyone kind of ran up to me and was telling me a million things, and also what they don't show is they don't show a lot of the conversations that happened beforehand. They show a little bit of, but not too much.
Yeah, no.
But before we go inside and they're telling us to go in, everyone is chanting my name going in there. And I'm just like, how does this many people know my name, for one? I mean, I talked to a bunch of people, so I'm not shocked.
Yeah, but still,
But out of all the lines, they're all chanting my name. I'm just like, oh, I can't pick umbrella now. Like, once that happened, because the thing is, I'm still thinking, like, okay, if there's a few seconds left, I'm going to run the umbrella. But once someone started chanting my name, I was like, I can't.
Fuck. They got you with the guilt trip there. They got you.
I couldn't
do it. Was you thinking at one point, like, oh, I might just pick umbrella? Were you just like...
I was thinking, if the people, if they weren't allowed to talk to me, yes, I probably would have ended up picking it in the last seconds.
Yeah.
But since everyone came and talked to me, it kind of ruffled my brain a little bit, and like thinking like it was not an option whatsoever. Because in my head, line 1 and line 4 think very opposite. Line 1 thinks, okay, go in the order that you're given.
Yeah.
They think that.
Obviously, they would, because it's in their favor, which I never got why they were like saying that. So I'm like, yeah, but it's just because it's in your favor. Like, it was literally reversed. You wouldn't be thinking that. Like,
exactly.
That was crazy, yeah.
Exactly. So I think like they gave us the rule to debate about it for a reason.
Yeah.
Why just default to what it is in my head? Because they offered, the guy when we were in there, he's like, oh, let's just do line order. I was like, no. I shut that down so quick. I'm like, I'm doing anything but that. So
Yeah, that exactly your point. Why would they get you to discuss it? They're just like, right, look, go in there then. Like, that'd be it. Or they
yeah,
won't just
that's it.
unveil the door. I thought they were going to unveil like the paper numbers of like the line
Yeah,
1 to 4 and just show you the number. And that's what I thought it was going to be. So of course they
yeah,
wanted you like to base it out.
yeah.
Did you see the people? So I know you obviously saw it on the show, but after you obviously got eliminated, did you get to watch the rest of it, or were you not allowed to?
No, I was out. You know, I had a little small temper tantrum afterwards, and
Did you? No
I did.
way.
I mean, that's kind of how the hole in the wall kind of got bigger, per se.
Oh my god, I've
So
been the same. Like, it just gets taken from you, and you get so
yeah,
frustrated. And obviously, they don't show you, but like you're sleeping in the dorm, like tensions are so high, like, and you want it to be your decision of what happens, and when it's like kind of taken away from you, it's so like infuriating. Like, yeah,
yeah,
that's what they want
no,
though. You get like
yeah.
no
No, it was
food,
tough.
no sleep for this.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when I was out, we waited about 5-10 minutes because that's how much time we had allotted to us before we went. Because the first group's like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys are in here now too. That was kind of quick. And so I was waiting after like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, they finally picked. And I knew in my head, I'm like, I know Spencer picked Umbrella. Something was just telling me, like, I knew it. And I just kept saying it. And I was like, I felt
We
terrible because I spent all my work, all my hard work trying to
to
not
not
get
get it,
Umbrella.
and it
And then
was
it
like
just
for what?
happened.
Like if you just picked Umbrella, like it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, when as soon as I saw him cry, I was like, oh, we're done. Yeah, it's
Well, yeah, that's what happened. Spencer picks Umbrella, and so
yeah.
you are in the fourth line. So tell me how things went with like the 6 hours after you guys were waiting to go into the dalgona
Do you know
playground.
what? Weirdly enough, obviously you wasn't in the room, which was sad, but waiting for it was actually like one of the funnest experiences. I know that sounds really strange because it was Umbrella. I was fucking pepping everyone up. We was doing chants. We was doing like so. Everyone was in such obviously a sad mood. Everyone was really, really down. And what was worse was we were the last to go in, so we waited in there in that room for hours. Like obviously on the show, it's all clipped and edited. And they show you like one line goes in, the second line goes there. We waited in there for ages. I remember we had lunch and dinner in there, because everyone just had lunch because we were in there for that long. I had a nap in there because it was that long. And I remember everyone was so low. And I remember I like picked, not just me, but like I was really trying to pick everyone up and just be like, look guys, like we'll fucking win a 1 on Umbrella for 1. And 2, like imagine you having Circle and dying. At least we've got the worst one and we're dying. Imagine going home and telling your family, oh, I went out on Circle. You'd be like, oh, you got the easiest one, what are you on about? At least we've
Yep.
got a hard one and we're going out like with a bang.
Yeah.
So I was trying to pep everyone up, and it actually was a really fun experience. I really got along with loads of my line. Like I was already close to Courtney in there. We got even closer, like in the line. And Brittany, we got so close, like just chatting and everything. And I got like a lot of nice compliments about like my energy being up and like still picking people up. And I thought it was such like a nice moment in there. Ironically, even though we was all going to our deaths, but it was okay. We did have a couple of moments though, like. No one else got this, but the producer did say to us, like, right, before that Umbrella goes in, like, can we just have a couple of moments of silence? Like, can we all just, like, deep it of, like, what you're going through? And I was just like, that kind of killed the mood a bit. Because they were just like, right, you're probably going to die. So let's just be quiet for a couple of minutes and just, like, feel sorry for ourselves. And that was quite hard. I remember we just sat in silence, like.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's it's good that you had the positive mindset going in there, and you got to have that. You got to kind of be upbeat and loose a little bit to make it happen. So
Yeah.
definitely kudos for that. So when it's time to finally get inside the Dalgona playground, you get your umbrella. Tell me how you feeling getting started on this cookie and the process behind it.
I remember getting the cookie, and one pot was big and one pot was like the lid was obviously quite small. And I remember I was like, well, to cut it out, the big pot's going to be annoying because like the rim of it. And I remember as soon as I got it, I was like, right, I'm flipping this over. Like, I'm going to do it on the other lid so it's thin. And I was just shaking. Like, my hands were like jelly. They were awful. And it got filmed in quarters. Like, it got filmed in, like, sections. Like, it didn't get filmed all as one group. And I remember looking at people thinking, like, what are they doing? Like, I need to know what they're doing. I need to, like, try and get the techniques. And I'm so glad they did not show me fucking spitting, licking, everything. It was the most disgusting thing. That whole set of sounds was gross, and I'm so glad they kept it. Spencer's one, you could see it. You could see like water. Oh, grin. And I'm so glad ours didn't get shown for that. I was just like licking, spitting, everything, and I was just like, oh, like I forgot. At one point, I was like, this is on TV right now. Like this is awful. And I remember just thinking, if I just flip it into the jar, spit, and then put my finger round, like it should be okay. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I didn't think I was gonna not get it. I just thought, just try. Like, but annoyingly, I feel like if I had it, like, say that was a tester, I reckon I would have done it on the second one. Like, it's what you know.
Yeah.
Like, it was hard. And
Yeah.
and that's it. I ran into the room and I picked a wall, and I was like, I want to sit like on a wall and do it. I don't want to like be in the middle, really hunched and like be nervous. I saw some people lay down and try and do it, and I was like practicing in the room, like, how should I like have my shoulders? How should I do it? And I thought, against the wall, I have to be like more steady. It was, and the needle was so thin. Oh, although I was hungry though, the honeycomb actually tasted like really nice. Like, I was really happy with the honeycomb.
No, definitely. I mean,
just not the shape.
It's tough. I mean, I'm about to try my own dalgona cookie soon. So
oh my god, I had stars actually really hard though.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. We'll see how this eventually turns out to be. This was at the event, the finale event last week, so they just handing out the cookies, and that's the one I got. And it's, if you're looking to order some people, you can go to Sugar Art Supply. I don't know if you can see it. Sugar Art Supply to get your Squid Game dalgona cookies to practice.
Oh my god, I would order one. Actually, I don't know. Because imagine if I did umbrella and it bloody went out, like it went perfect.
I think you can pick which ones. You want. So I'm gonna order a few more and get one of each. And try them all.
Try them all. Good tactic.
Because I feel like I could have done the umbrella. Like, I have really steady hands. I know I'll be nervous. I'm like, I'm calm, cool, collected. I don't get too razzled and frazzled with things.
Yeah.
So.
That's the thing. Also, like, we had the 10-minute countdown or however long it was, and you think that's no time, but actually it's quite a lot of time. Like, if you deep it, like 10 minutes sat there doing something is actually longer than what you think. And I think that was also the tough part. People were rushing, and it was just you've got to be cool, calm, collective.
Yeah, definitely.
You are. You would have bossed it.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, you should have stayed in line one.
I
might have been a millionaire right now.
I know. I could have talked to a 4.61 millionaire.
Exactly. But yeah, that's where our friend, Sophie, aka Player 116 journey ends on this season of Squid Games, the challenge. You had the hardest shape. The thing is about if you were in the umbrella line, that has the out of all the games that was played, it's the highest level of the unsuccess rate.
Really?
So like it was like 85 to 90% failure rate compared to marbles, compared to red light, green light, compared to warships, compared to even Circle of Trust, because there's 9 people in that. You still have a 66% success rate in that game. 66% failure rate compared to Umbrella. It's not even close. So
but that's the thing. Like, even though it was such a shit one to go on, I wish I had a different shape. I think at least I went on like an iconic one. Like, at least I went on something, and also me and Cecilia did get shown, like, giving each other a little pat, because she got it out. So obviously they said to us, if you cut it out, you don't have to get it out to show us because it's such a tricky shape. So as long as you have it cut out and we can see that the honeycomb's all away from like the umbrella, you'll be fine. To see her cut all of hers out, went to pick it up, and it snapped, and that's why she was so. And I was like, I literally went to her, I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Snap!" And I was like, "They told us you didn't have to pull it out. Like, what are you doing?" And that's why she was so upset, which I get, because obviously she would have got through, and she was so sad. And I remember I was like consoling her loads, and obviously it got shown, and I was like, "It's fine, it's fine." And literally, like, mine was perfect, mine was fine, and like on the little bend of like the umbrella stem, the tiniest bit just snapped, and I was like, together, we died together. Don't you worry about it. We died.
It was a nice little moment. It was touching.
I'm glad we got shown a bit, because then again, I feel like if we moved forward and didn't have the iconic umbrella, it probably wouldn't even got shown as much, because obviously, what was the one after that, like battleships, and that was a tricky one. And I feel like there was definitely, everything happens for a reason. I wish I stuck to the first line, but at least I went out on like an iconic one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you were shown more than Eric, and he made it all the way to top 31.
I couldn't believe it. All of his interviews got cut, and I was like, Eric was the funniest person in there. He was so witty, funny, quick, like. And I remember telling everyone, "Oh, that's Eric." Like, "Oh, he gets top 30." Like, "Oh, he'd be in it loads." He didn't get shown in marbles. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. He made me laugh every day, and it was such a shame he didn't get shown. Obviously, Mullet didn't get shown, really. I know he didn't make it as far, but like, I'm so glad me and Cecilia did, because our bond was like no other, and I'm so glad it got shown as well, like us two together, not just me, not just her, like us two. Eric shook, like they're missing out on some comedy.
Yeah,
like the
they
talent show,
definitely-
apparently that went down.
Yeah,
So
right after we
well.
left. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he definitely got robbed. With how he got out and the edit. So justice for Eric.
Justice for Eric. Yeah, like he bless him, he got robbed of it, but he should be so proud of himself though for the final 30. Like he did say to me, he got for Umbrella, he got it through first, so he didn't know what we were all like. He got it done so quick, and he said he came out of the room and he turned around like waiting for one of us at least to come out, and like no one did, and he said he was so upset, and I thought, oh, like that must be hard for him, like to make all his like friends in there, then they're all gone, and then start again. Bless him.
Yeah, he touched on that on his episode in the podcast. He's like, all my friends were there, and then they're all gone. Like you, Sophie, Cecilia, Mulak, like all y'all gone.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to make all new friends now. And so that was kind of his downfall at the end, because he didn't have enough people to pick him in the pick him. So definitely, you know, it's a spiral effect about what happens early in the game and the people you're around in this game.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you get back home finally, tell me how you feeling.
Honestly, like it was like in the UK we have freshers flu, and it's like when you have uni and then like you're in the first week of uni, you're like on cloud 9 and you're everything, and then literally the week after uni, after you have all these nights out and stuff, you get really ill. And I remember coming home and I was just like, I feel like crap. I remember like I was like, my voice went. Did your voice go? I was like, I could not talk. I was so skinny. I want to be back on that diet. So skinny from eating nothing. And then like when we did have food though, I was so nervous I couldn't eat, and I gave all my veg to like Mullock and stuff. So it was hard as nails. And I remember getting out, and I remember we had a group chat, and everyone was like, "Be careful if you eat fast food; it'll go right through you." And I was just like, "I'll be fine." Me and Cecilia left, went to Five Guys, ate a burger, literally ran to the toilet afterwards. All came out, nothing was there, because it was just like my body was just used to stress, dry as anything food, and I literally ate a burger, and my literally when I left, I was tired, I was ill, and I was like nothing. Even though I was starving, did you get an appetite back? I wasn't hungry for a while after I left.
No, it was gone for a minute.
Mine left, and I felt just like really surreal. I remember when we left, we had to have a counselling meeting, and it was like, how do you feel and stuff like that. I remember I was just like, I'm right, like I feel like I'm okay, like everything happens for a reason, all good. Then I got back home, and I remember that week I just went, and I was like, oh my god, if I just picked a different line, oh my god, if I just did this, oh my god, if I just did that. And it did hit home. I was like, oh my god. But then again, it took me a while, but I was like, but I could have got far and not even been shown, or I could have got far and like something bad happened, and like I had an argument with someone. Like everything does happen for a reason, but I definitely hit a bit of a low when I came back, and I was just drained, like so drained. And my voice was gone. I wouldn't stop bloody chatting, but my voice was gone. Absolutely gone. But only just as I left. In there, I was fine. Just as I couldn't wait to have lip balm, could you?
Yeah, no, that was the first thing I got.
I couldn't believe how dry it was in there. But why? Were we all just sucking out the air? It was awful. Did you put a condom on your lip? Did you do it?
I did not do that.
Okay, I didn't do it. I thought, there's no way I'm not going to get shown on TV, and the one thing's just going to be me rubbing a condom on my lip. Absolutely not. No.
They didn't show anyone actually rubbing condoms on their lips.
So. They didn't, to be fair. They didn't show anything about the condoms, which I thought, why are they put there? But I thought they would do that and show it. Someone got Vaseline, and I was like, how did you do that? When I left, I said, can I have Vaseline? As soon as I left, I was like, please, like something.
Yeah.
I was like, I've had umbrella. I've had umbrella. I was really doing the sob story. I've had umbrella. Let me have Vaseline. No, it's like, okay.
Oh, she's like, I need it. She was throwing the sympathy card out.
How long did it take you to get back from the hotel to home? Like, did that take you a while? Like, for the flight?
I did my, so there was earlier in the day when we did dalgona, and so I had like all day to do the interviews and whatnot, and then got back to the hotel, and then left the next day. So.
Really? Oh, okay, that was good.
They got me out there quick. So.
Yeah, they're bloody. And then that was it. Everyone's hyping me up, going, "You'll get an interview. They're gonna want you and Cecilia for an interview." Didn't get anything, but I remember they really hyped me up for that, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll get one." And then they call out people's names in the hotel, and they're just like, "And that's it." And I was like, "Okay, humbling."
They missing out. But hey, that means you got to get on season 2 to redeem yourself. You know.
Would you ever do that? Would you do season 2?
I need some time to think about it. I would not I hope no one from our season would rush to apply this soon, right when they announce it. I hope you give it some thought because
Yeah.
yes, like
It's
it seems tempting now just because the show's out and it's popular and everyone's getting this little hype behind them. But I think if you did season one, just really think about it. You know, just think
yeah.
about everything. Yeah.
I don't think, to be fair, I don't think it's fair for someone from season one to probably do it again. I think they need new people, maybe. But also, like, will they do the same games? They probably can't. I don't know.
You know, I can't see them doing this. I could see them doing red light, green light again, but I think
Yeah.
that's it. I don't see them. I could see them maybe doing like an eating, like kind of opposite. Like you got to eat this amount of food, or
Yeah.
you got to eat
Something
something
like that.
nasty, or yeah, something like that where you got to switch it up. And then maybe season two Squid Games comes out because they wouldn't shoot season two Squid Games the challenge until 2024. So I think
Yeah.
the other season is coming out this year for the real show, and then they're gonna base those off that.
Oh,
That's my
that's
theory
smart.
behind it. So
Yeah, that's a good shout. I feel like now the bubbles come out, and it's like, because I forget, right? I haven't spoke to anybody about it, and I kind of forget stuff. So when you said about doing the interview, I was like, I'd love to, but I feel like I'm forgetting stuff because I kind of forgot about it for ages. I can't tell anybody. And now it's come out, and it's all like such a big hype. It's great and it's fun, but when you like go back to like February when we left, it was so shit. Like it was hard. Like that was the hardest thing I've ever done. And it would be fun to say, like, to go back. But I fully remember I got home, my sister said, would you ever do it again? And I thought, no. Like, just because it's so hard. Like, I literally said no straight away without blink. Whereas now, because I've, like, kind of forgotten, I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe. But I think it was so there's just a mental game, like no other. And, like, obviously, they don't show you in dorms for, like, a day and a bit. One of the harshest things, they were like, you're going to do a game. And we were like, okay. And they think it was for dalgona. And we went through the stairs. And they were like, okay, no, not really. Sleep, and then you do it tomorrow. That was such a head fuck. Like, constant mind games. And I feel like that was the most draining thing out of everything. So, for that reason, no. It was such a once in a lifetime experience. And I think that's it, once in a lifetime. Like, do it once, you've done it, and that was your journey. Otherwise, I feel like you'll never be settled in there. You'll constantly think, like, oh, I didn't do this last time, I've got to do this time. Or, like, I feel like you'll go against your natural brain. Like, I feel like you've got to stick to what you know. But yeah, I don't think I would. And I thought, my auntie wants to apply for the second series. She messaged me, she's like, what was your video like? I want to apply. And I was like, it's a mentally draining thing. Like, you need to really think about it.
It seems fun and whatnot on TV. Like, we're all hyping the show up. It seems like really fun and whatnot. And you get to hang out with people. Like, it seems real fun. But in the time being, I said the same thing after. I would never do that again. But I'll take some time. I'll give it a week or two to think about it.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll just put it out there just to get some feelers out and see what they have to say. And then I'll have a little bit different questions this time around, and hopefully they can answer those.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
My gut is telling me maybe not, but you never know.
You never know, yeah. Like, you don't want to miss out on opportunity. But I think I remember after red light, green light, I went back and I remember I sat down and I was literally on the toilet. I just sat down, like, just to have a break. And I remember thinking to myself, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. I remember I was just like, if the rest of the show is like this, I don't think I can do it. Did you ever at one point for red light, green light thought, like, I saw people quit. Like, some people quit. Some people were like, yeah, I'm off. Like I could hear people go. Did you ever think, oh, I want to go?
Before they gave us the break, I didn't know. I had my high doubts, but once they started giving us the breaks, I was like, okay, I can manage this.
Exact same. I think we had two rounds of doing it and it was fine, and then a few people fainted and like it was awful, and like collapsed, and they were like, keep your feet where you are, but like whilst you've got people in, like you can relax your shoulders. And I remember I was just like, thank God, because I remember exact same as you. I was like, I can't do it. And it sounds awful, but I was waiting for people to like call out or go. So I was like, I need to like breathe. But unless people were dropping like flies, it was awful. Like we had to freeze, and it was awful. And I remember thinking, like, I felt so bad. Like, and the worst thing was you could see. All the way here was like medic, and you could hear people fall. And that was the worst feeling. I'm thinking, I hope everyone's okay. Someone was from Australia as well. Imagine the time difference.
Yeah.
Australia.
Ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I felt fairly inhumane not being able to turn my head and see what's going on. And so I felt a pretty like questioning my own kind of morals a little bit with that happening.
100% inhumane's like the way to describe it. Like, not to help people was crazy. And like, I remember once we were allowed to speak, and a guy was in front of me, and he was crouching on the floor for a silly reason, and because it was so cold in there, his fingertips went white, like white. And I remember I like yelled to him when we was allowed to like. I was like, please, I won't get up. I was like, please, on the next one, I was like, lift your hands up and run because you're gonna like damage your hands. I was like, please. And I remember that was like the one good thing I felt like humane being, because I felt so guilty hearing everyone fall when I can't even turn. And like, that's not like me. Like, if we went out on the street or whatever and we saw someone faint or something, we would go over and help them. So it was so weird not doing that in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
100%.
such a head game, such a head fuck.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Mm.
Well, yeah, that was a crazy time, and I definitely appreciate getting your perspective, Sophie. It was great to get to talk again. We haven't got to talk in a long time, but I'm glad we got to do this here. Do you have any last words for the people before we get out of here?
Pardon, say that again, sorry?
Do you have any last words for the people before we get out of here?
I don't really want to see an umbrella again. Anybody asks me if I'm going to get an umbrella tattoo, I'm going to say no. And we weren't hit with a paintball gun. It was the bibs. I get that asked a lot. But no, I'm so happy that everyone I met, I feel like I was on there for a reason. I met friends for life, and it definitely showed my resilience, like of like mental game and like how I can get through stuff. So I was so glad I was on there, and I'm so glad I met you. And you was our like rock on the second one. Like you was like, you should be so proud of yourself as well. You stuck to your core, which is the main thing. You didn't change for no one, and that was like such a good thing. That's all left I'm gonna say.
I appreciate that. That was, very, I feel that a lot. I'm gonna do my own episode soon, hopefully tomorrow or something like that, where I get my perspectives. I have not done that from me. But yes, I will give some points. And if you don't want the umbrella, you should go get a teddy bear. They got these popping out. So get yourself a teddy bear.
Oh my god, that is sick.
Yeah, you got the little shapes on them. So, always pick circle and triangle, people. Always pick those two.
Have you got a tattoo of anything Squid Game?
Nah, I don't have any tattoos, so I ain't doing all that. So
no.
I can. Look, if I won, yes, but I didn't win, so I have to say no.
Fair enough.
But well, cool, y'all. Sophie, I appreciate you coming through again. You a very special guest of mine, and I love talking to you. Can't wait, to see what 2024 brings for you. And yeah, to everyone else, I appreciate y'all joining us in. Till next time, peace and blessings, and we out here.